Check, 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 check. Okay, we'll continue. This will be script 0015. And actually, it's just the basics. It's showing the Rhino syntax as RS script that has an import math, which is kind of cool to see the example starting the import maths because it's such a great place to begin. Making a list A, an iteration of I through range 500. And then X and Y here are not the inputs, X stretch and Y stretch. They're actually X and Y. They're kind of hard-coded in here with a sense of what they are to maths cos and maths sine. That's how you get a helix. There's a little percentage multiplier by the iteration by 0.1. And then I also wanted to multiply that by the I by X and Y stretch, which I put as a, if you click on here, I set that as a rational number with two decimal places between 0 and 2. So 2.00. So that way I can play with that. Z is just kind of hard-coded in. It points at 5% of I. And then the else statement is where it will run if it moves outside of being basically less than 200. When it gets over 200, it just flattens it out like this. The points are generated by the XYZ. Keep in mind that those are not the inputs, X stretch and Y stretch, and then they're appended. So one set is actually, if I go on to here and disappear out of this and take this as a interesting geometry, and there's nothing fancy about this. I don't really claim, well, I guess I did it, but you've got two curves that are lofted. So what we can do is we can jump in here and grab the Rhino script syntax and take that out with a triple quote. I don't know why it all went all the green because it's not working. And then test that. And you can see what you end up with. You end up with this curve. And then the same thing goes. You can take that. Let's just cut and paste that and put it up here. And that will, well, I hit copies nothing first. Okay, so then we'll run it and you'll see the top one, which is here. So between those two lines, if I run them both, not so exciting, before the loft, you can imagine what they look like. I'll run it, and I'll just take off the loft for a second so you don't see that. So that's it. You've got that line and that line, which are stretchable and controllable, and you end up with a pretty cool form that you can take to bake, and that's exactly what I did. And I thought it was that hypnotic eye, and of course I got all my other junk that's in there from the pieces before. We'll just get rid of those, and it looks like I got another piece in there as well. So kind of a fun little thing. Do an animation math, make a little. You don't have to make a GIF out of it. You can just run it as a little. Well, you could take it to animate. You could play with your stretch. We'll get into that again. I mean, I'm assuming people have played with Grasshopper and understand there's an animate tool here and things like that. But I'm basically putting the script in. We're not too far from this cool little thing. And now I'm going to eliminate the Rhino script syntax at RS and play solely with Rhino geometry at RG. Keep in mind, I'm going to go into here with a little more maths and have some fun and try and incorporate. Let's see what I might incorporate. Math, I know how to spell, I think. There'll be something in here, tangent or ceilings or flats or floats into integers. Not sure what I'm thinking, but I'll think of something for you. So please enjoy, and we'll continue this glorious battle.